Come on, do this review well. Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Man Takes Shoes Out of Box, the episode where you get to sit there and watch me take some shoes out of a box and tell you what I think of them. Today we are talking about these, the Air Jordan 3 Lucky Shorts. Come on. These dropped last Saturday on the 22nd for $200, around £190, and from what I've been able to gather, these are pretty much sold out in most sizes in most places, but there probably are a few sizes here and there sitting around. The box is pretty sweet. It's your regular Jordan 3 box. At this point, you've got a little bit of cement print on the outside of the box. The rest of the color of the box is dominated by this sort of muted, almost gray colorway, and then you get the blue Carolina Jumpman in the middle. Colorway reads Summit White Hydrogen Blue. The sneakers themselves are really nice in hands. I do have to say this is a really nice sneaker. The material on the upper is of a really nice quality. You've got a pretty smooth leather with a little bit of tumble feel to it. The sneaker also features a little bit of suede around the mudguard around the front, as well as around the mudguard at the back, as well as the ankle collar as well. And all of these are the normal places where you would otherwise find the elephant print on the Air Jordan 3s. That same suede material features around the top of the eyelets. You've got a little bit of perforated leather as per usual on the bottom of the tongue. You've got some Carolina blue accents in the top TPU holes as well as the bottom lace holes. That same Carolina blue accents the midsole. Same sort of thing with the Jumpman logo on the back. And then you get an embroidered Jumpman logo on the tongue that features in a slightly more pale UNC blue. The aged look comes across on these with the almost obligatory at this point sailed out eggshell off-white painted midsole. And then on the outsole you get a couple of shades of blue. You get a Carolina Tar Heel blue on the forefoot circles, and you get a slightly deeper blue on the Jordan logo on the heel. Nice material on the liner. The back of the tongue also features a little patch that's been sewn in, which has the words Air Jordan XL 87 to 88, which is a nod to the Lucky Shorts. Insole is pretty much bog standard, little Carolina Jumpman at the bottom. Generally speaking, the build quality is really decent. The materials are of a really nice quality, and the colorway is really clean. In terms of quality control issues, there's nothing major that I can see. One or two like minor stains here and there. Like, I don't know if you can pick that up. I've got a little tiny brown mark, which, bro, I don't know. I don't think that was me. In terms of the backstory around the shoe, okay, the Lucky Shorts, you can probably put two and two together. If you're a proper Jordan historian or an MJ aficionado, you'll be very intimate with this story. The story goes, MJ had a couple of superstitions during his career. He used to rock his Tar Heels shorts that he used to play in back in his college days underneath his Bulls shorts before every game. Now, I'm not sure to what extent he actually followed through with this his entire career. I mean, that is a pretty full-on superstition to have, but that is the reason for this sneaker. So the obvious comparison to make is, of course, to the 2019 UNCs. They have pretty much the exact same color inspiration. 2025 model just goes into the extra depth of referencing the shorts, whereas these represent the university themselves. And when you compare these side by side, you can really get a sense for how the updated old school Jordan 3 shape is way more superior, at least in my opinion. If you look at the toe box, for example, the newer model has a far lower slung toe box with a nice bit of rounding. The toe box isn't quite so boxy and bulky. The overall construction, when you compare them, has the newer model looking a little bit leaner, a little bit lighter. Again, not quite so boxy, not quite so bulky. The materials on the UNC pair, as you can see, are kind of like over tumbled. The same thing was true with the black cement 3s of 2019, where the tumbled material almost felt like it had been over pebbled. This kind of gave the guys that the leather was better than it was, but in my opinion, the Lucky Shorts leather is far superior. The other sneaker that the Lucky Shorts kind of reminded me of were the Craft Jordan 3s, one of the most low-key sleeper pairs from last year. The shape, as you can see, is quite similar. The leather and the build quality is very similar. The leather on the Lucky Shorts is a little bit smoother and a little bit shinier. I almost feel like if you take the Craft 3s and then you make a baby with the UNC 3s, you end up getting the Lucky Shorts 3s. In terms of how they look on foot, bro, such a clean pair. This is a beautiful pair of sneakers. The fit is your regular Jordan 3 fit, which I would argue is true to size. They do feel pretty comfortable off the rip, and I think will make for a fantastic summer colorway. Right, so in terms of the resale, I'm looking online, and at the moment, man, these things are going for basically retail or under from what I can see here in the UK. So if you really wanted to get your hands on this pair, bro, you can buy them right now in my size, a US 10.5, for under retail, which is kind of crazy. In terms of collectability, if you are massively into Air Jordan 3s, this colorway is going to be a little bit of a no-brainer. If you're maybe a little bit like me and you have the UNCs and you have the Crafts, these will probably feel a little bit surplus to requirements because they look pretty similar to the UNCs and or the Crafts. And whilst it is a cool story with the Lucky Shorts MJ used to wear, at this point Jordan brands are pretty much rinsing out all of the ideas to come up with inspiration for these different colorways. And so there we go. It's a beautiful shoe, nice quality materials, really good summer colorway. It's come out in a month where there have been a crazy amount of huge releases. And so if your pockets have been feeling it after copping all of the other heat this month, these are probably going to feel like a pretty easy skip. But I do think that this is a sneaker that a lot of people are going to enjoy rocking when the warmer days and months come around because they are just super clean. So really nice sneaker in my opinion. Not sure whether I'm going to hang on to them or not, but I do want to thank you for nonetheless stopping by and checking out the review. Be sure to like the video before you bounce, guys, and I will see you tomorrow on the next video. Take care for now, and peace.